we had mentioned tomatoes. There's basically two types of tomatoes, bottom line, as you just sort down through it. And so your grandparents always grew indeterminate tomatoes. Indeterminate. So determinate, indeterminate. So indeterminate is they grow big. I mean, big vining plants. You better have stakes and cages and corrals for one bush because they just get big. They're big sugar making machines. They just have foliage everywhere and they're going to make tomatoes. And so these are big plants. Give them some room. And so as you look at your tags, as you're shopping for tomatoes, you've got determinate or indeterminate. Now you know what that means. Indeterminate means it keeps growing. There's no determined stage. It just keeps growing, and it would take over the entire backyard if we didn't have winter coming. It would just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then we have, and we're trying to introduce more of these, we're trying to introduce more determined or determinate tomatoes. These are preset, predestined to only grow so big. They can grow large tomatoes, but the foliage is only going to get so large. Then it's going to top out. These are for backyards, patio tomatoes. They're for raised beds. They're for smaller yards, smaller space. You can grow a determined tomato on a back patio, a deck. If you're an apartment dweller, you can have it right there on your deck and have a smaller, cute, fun, in a pot tomato. So we're trying to introduce more and more of those so that you can have them just anywhere. And many of them will come in a cachet pot or a big, like 14-inch plastic pot. They're made to not plant in the garden. They're just made to stay right there and plop it by your front door, have tomatoes grown. So determined, determinate, and indeterminate. Those are two types. One is determined to only get so big, and then it just stops growing. It can get wider and fuller, but it only gets so tall. It's like a dwarf variety. And then indeterminate is just massive. Oh my gosh. Here's another insider tip I just thought of. So when you first put your plants in, you've got lots of rich organic fertilizer. You've turned it and double turned it. You've added some compost and manures. You've added fertilizer, nutrients into your soil. You put your plants in and they just go crazy. I mean, cucumbers just elongate into 4-foot. Giant pumpkins grow 10 feet. They just grow really fast. And then sometime in June, they just kind of stop. You're going, what's going on? You were growing so fast. Now you haven't grown in 10 days. What is going on? That's always a nutrient thing. So get a bag when you start getting your plants, get a bag of vegetable food. We sell a 6447, 7% calcium, 6447 tomato and vegetable food. Get one of those. You're going to use it when you first put plants in the ground, but in about, I'm telling you, 6 weeks, about 6 weeks worth of watering, all those nutrients that were there have flushed out. So you need to sprinkle a few more of these organic pellets around. The water will activate it and it will start getting those plants to start taking up more nutrients. So these are very heavy feeders. So cucumbers that are going to grow 10 feet long, they take a lot of food to create that. Peppers are going to load up with all these different fruits all over it. It's a beautiful plant with lots of fruit on it. It's going to take some energy, some food. Now, I'm not talking liquid, lightweight stuff. I'm talking about meat, potatoes. Let me put on some more watermelons for you, some big squash. So get a bag of vegetable food while you're getting all your vegetables. You're going to need it. Get enough for not just one application, but for every 6 weeks or so to reapply, and you'll have better, more production out of your gardens you've had in years. And that's the insider tip. Throughout the week, Lisa and I camp out here at Watters Garden Center. We love talking to fans of the show.